Okay, got a confirmation, guys. Razbataz has not left the country whatsoever. Got a little communique from my attorney who said that they were planning on, at one point or another, making a decision on whether he's going to go to Bicutan or even over to Karkar. And there's another place called AGO something, Aguirre, whatever. There are facilities there, which are jails, because the venue is going to be in Bareilly. And he indicated that once there's a court case going on, they're not allowed to leave the country. Immigration would not have an override on this either, because not only does he have to pay all the fines and whatnot, there's the fact that there's an actual arraignment they set out for him. So, no, if you saw pictures of him on there at an airport, they could have been taken old pictures, or they could have been taken at Manila, because my attorney indicated to me that they were making a decision on his next venue as to where he's going to spend his days, and cannot say what particular jail that he would be put to, but it's going to be closer to Bareilly, is my understanding on this. Now that there's actually an official date set. So what he's basically telling me is no, there's no way in the world that he would be able to go back to America to handle a medical problem, because, and he agrees with me on that, there are hospitals in Cebu, in Manila, all over, that can actually handle any supposed medical problems that the mantis has. So with that being said, end of story. The pictures you saw were not indicative of being in a Taiwan airport, because the first thing he would have done is to take a selfie showing him some kind of a kiosk or something that says Taiwan with his picture in front of it. So April Fools to, I guess, to all his followers, because nope, he didn't leave the country. He's not allowed to leave the country, and he would not have left the country on any medical situation whatsoever, not under the circumstances of having an arraignment, under any medical emergency, whether you are actually incarcerated here in Cebu or anywhere in the Philippines. You are privy to medical privileges if you've had a real problem. If anything, they will send you to a medical facility to have x-rays taken, to have blood tests taken, and so forth. If they find a serious problem on there, it is basically going to be up to the state, well, not the state, call it the Republic of the Philippines, to handle an emergent medical situation, even in the Philippines. However, the question of finances come into concern. The question about that is that, does the individual, the incarcerated person, have money to have any procedures done if they really needed procedures? Because the country is not going to put out a lot of money on any person that's incarcerated. They will take you to emergency care. They will even go as far as treating certain things, but they're not going to send a person who not only is an immigration overstayer, but has 5 counts of crime against them. They're not, because the flight risk, they're not going to be sending him to, or out, shall I say, of another country. So basically, the communique basically said that no, he is not. He says, I have not been in town for 3 days. He's been in Bohol. But from what he told me, and what he did actually ask somebody, immigration, says that no, Frisbee is still in the country. Now, as far as him being in Manila, in regards to, that's a possibility, he said. He said, I'll have to double check on that, because he can be flown over to Manila. In order to get to another location, obviously, they have to fly him there. There are other ways of getting to those other locations that they would put him at. In this case, it would be a flight, and they would send him to Manila to go to, and then ground transportation from there to get to any facility that they're wanting to put him in. So in other words, I'm trying to say is that if he's deemed to be going to be having his case come out of Bareilly, it's going to be more advantageous to have him incarcerated in somewhere within a closer distance than where he's actually staying at in Mandawi. That's how it works. So under no conditions, I don't care if the guy really had a gallbladder problem or whatever it might be, there's no way in the world they're going to do a flight risk. He's not going to lollygag away from his immigration crime. He's not going to lollygag away from the 5 counts of cyber crime. So if you believe that, then, well, I'll tell you what, you'll believe that I'm actually ugly and not good looking. So there you go, guys. Yeah, he's not out of the country. So he's not out of the country. And if he was, well, we would demand proof, wouldn't we? I mean, never mind a picture at an airport, which could have been an old picture, okay? We don't know, okay? At an airport. Now, if I was him, I'd have the finger up in the air, right? And I'd be in front of a kiosk or something that says I'm in Taiwan. Make sense? Sure, you know him. That would be his first opportunity to prove. Now, if he could prove that he was in Taiwan, if he can prove that, then my answer to that will be, then something went down. That immigration decided, which is not a normal situation, to override the Republic of the Philippines' decision to have a court trial for a person such as himself. That would not normally happen. Would not normally happen. Then again, I don't know all the laws out here. Some things they can do that would be surprised. But my understanding from talking to my attorney is that once you have a case on you, you're not going anywhere. They're worried about flight risks and things like that. Because don't forget, we got immigration involved. He's got to pay for his fines and fees and everything else. He does not have any MBI clearances at all to leave the country. Anything or anybody who's deemed to be leaving the country is going to have to basically go under an NBI check. Okay? And if they have any cases against them, then guess what? They're not going anywhere. So whatever the pictures are, and he's taken at an airport, could be some old pictures for one, or they might be real pictures of a real airport where he's really at, but it might be a Manila airport where he has been transported to for the purpose of several things. Number one, being relocated to another location. He had his backpack on, okay, like he was taking everything with him, okay. Number two, if there was a medical condition that maybe the Cebu medical community did not have any expertise in, that there are chances and times that they will send you over to, what's that name of that big old hospital in Manila, that they will send you there to have some checkups and to have an evaluation made. So basically, I stated all the do's and whatnots and bullshit that he's stating because he did not leave the country. And I think my attorney would know that. Okay. But he did get back to me, and he said under the circumstances, he represents a flight risk. They would not allow him on any medical. It was different with, Peter Van Dever. See, Peter Van Dever did not have any cases against him. Peter Van Dever got out on a medical, okay, but he did not have any pending arraignment on him. He did not have any charges against him. That's the difference, and that's why Peter Van Dever got out. Okay, there's the story. I'm going to go watch my movie.